Hello again. Um, this time around, I'm gonna talk about karma and how I'm going to get my revenge on someone. You see, it seems as if people who witnessed this person attack me or know about it are saying things like I got ambushed or whatever. Just know I'm going to get my revenge. I'm not going to say how I'm going to get my revenge. But just know that my revenge is going to come from a higher power. I don't have to be around them or literally do something to them. There is something I'm going to do, but I'm not going to say it on here. Because I'm tired of people playing with me, playing on my top, thinking that I'm weak, been going through things ever since I moved over here in this neighborhood. In these raggedy ass Taco Bell looking apartments. Well, it only looks like Taco Bell when you come inside. But, yeah. There's someone else who I would like to use a higher power of a revenge on. And it's someone who I made a story time about. And this person is actually someone who I used to be kind of involved with. A dude. He's probably the first one on the list that I would like to get at. Because it's not bad enough that the nigga broke in my house 4 or 5 times. But then I'm broken up from him. And as soon as I come back from being at my relative's house to get in my apartment, something is stuck in my doorknob. And I know it was him. So therefore I had to go right back to my relative's house and report to the leasing office that my doorknob wouldn't open when I put the key in. So yeah, he's the first one on the list. Now the second person on the list is woman who I used to work for. My first daycare job that I had introduced to y'all back in July. Now, you know how black people are. Black people do not play about people not paying them. Or if you owe them some money. Either way it goes. Shit. Black people don't play. And I think of all the days that I spent getting off a hot, sweltering bus in the summertime, coming to her job where it wasn't really summertime. It just felt like summertime because this was in the month of September. And I'm sitting up here coming to the job. She has a stank face look on her face. She's looking mean when I say good morning. She says good morning back, but she still has this mean look on her face. Honestly, I feel like one of the reasons why she always had that mean look on her face was not only because she knew she was never going to pay me for working for her, but it was also because whatever man she was messing with was cheating on her, probably with her best friend or with someone in her family. And she was always unhappy. But yeah, she the second one on the list. This other person on the list is this woman. The same female who I made a story time about recently, but it was recently back in October or November. When I made the story time and I said me and my next door neighbor was seeing the same guy. Now, she and I actually got into it, but she started it. If I'm willing to work something out with you and discuss something with you about your kids jumping my daughter, why do you feel the need to come to my door and talk to me like you got a problem with me? I could have did the petty thing and just had the police sent to your house. But since you lived right next door to me, I felt like it would be much simpler if I talked to you about it, because I had went and knocked on her door a couple of times right after the incident happened. And even while I was telling this bitch about how her son and her daughter jumped my child, she had this look on her face like, and I know the only reason why she was looking at me like that is because she still held something against me, because me and her were seeing the same guy at one time.
Starting screensaver.
And every time I think about her, I just wish that some glass that comes from a beer bottle would get caught and stuck in her throat and she'll choke on it. Because she came at my door so wrong. And so, first she was nice, but then she was trying to say to me, I don't need any problems. And I'm like, the problems already came because your kids jumped my child. And she wants to go back and forth. Well, my kids don't never do nothing when they're in my watch. When I'm watching them, I'm like, okay, but it happened. And I chose to come to your ass instead of sending the laws to your house for us to try to handle a dispute. And that's the thing about living in some government ass apartments and you get into it with neighbors and you try to talk to them. They don't have no common sense. This bitch didn't have no common sense at all. She was slow. She was retarded. She was always getting into it with neighbors. I watched her get into it with about 5 or 6 neighbors. And she always acted ignorant. That one of the people who she got into it with called the police on her. And she's in front of the police, licking out her tongue, doing this and doing this right in front of the police face to the person, to the woman. That's how I know she's slow. You're going to do all that because you're mad. Okay, so we've established this 2 people on the list. Now this third person who I got it in for, who really is going to get the karma that they deserve, is someone who I actually had an altercation with last year. I'm not going to say their name or give details of the situation. Right now, I'm saving that story time for tonight. But just know, they got it coming. Like I said, I'm tired of people playing with me. I'm tired of people treating me like shit and playing on my top. I'm not going to take it anymore. Until then, I have to finish my laundry and cook. Y'all stay blessed.